Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. This is right now, there are so many things coming up for those of us that, for everybody really. But if you're awake, you're the new human, you are one of the chosen ones, whatever, you're going to feel it more than, and it's going to, you're going to realize it more than everybody else. So two things have really come up for me the last couple of days. And it's this is, I want to say the final play in the game. This is where all the stops are being pulled out. The dark side is trying to win, but not really. Not really. That is the belief system that we were raised in. It's not bad. It is the last bits and pieces of you that still need to be cleared out. And not from a judgment place, not from a bad place. It's like the last bits and pieces of the layers of that onion. You know, the closer you get to the center of the onion, the tighter it gets. That's where you are. It doesn't matter where you are in your process of peeling away the layers of the onion. It's learning to see things from the bigger perspective. See things through the eyes of God, or whatever you call the higher power. Because, okay, there's two things. One is sin. That is the one that wants to come through first. We were told sin is what separates you from God. When you are sinful, when you are committing sin, you are separating yourself from God. No. Sin is simply your, how do I say this? It's like wake up call. When you are sinning, it's your reminder that you're not connected to your Christ consciousness. Because, and my husband and I were talking about this last night. They tell you, if you to be a Christian and you're saved and you invite Jesus into your heart and all that kind of stuff, you won't sin. And Jesus died for your sins. Now, they got all that shit backwards. Because it is to make you feel less than. It is to make you feel like you're screwing up. It is to make you feel separate from God. It is to give your power away to an external source. That's why they spun all that crap the way they spun it. Not in essence. In fact, you are the Christ consciousness. You are God. Once you realize that and you resurrect, to use their words, to resurrect the Christ consciousness in you, once you embody that part, sin doesn't become a factor anymore. Because you understand that you're supposed to love everybody, and you start to embody this. You start to embody love. Unconditional love. You start to love yourself. You start to love your neighbor as yourself. It's not about, oh, well, I can go do whatever I want and sin and then just ask for forgiveness and God will take me in. No. Wrong answer. No. Because you have not changed. They say God knows your heart because God is your heart. Your heart is the spark of all creation within you. God is as close as your breath because God is your breath. God's not out here somewhere. I'm looking at God. You're looking at God. You are God. We are all God. When you remember this and you step into who and what you are, and you start embodying the Christ consciousness, which means you don't want to sin. Because sin is nothing more than you going against love. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're doing anything that is outside of the parameters of loving someone else and yourself, that is sin. However, I want to say sin is a 3-letter word, but it is just as harmful as the 4-letter words. Just ignore it. Stop focusing on sin. Let sin be your reminder. If you're sinning, it's simply because you haven't fully embodied. And this is not judging you. Trust me, I've been there. Am I perfect? No. I'm not meant to be perfect. I came here to be a human being. So did you. You came here to remember that you are God. You are source. Anytime you sin, it's just your reminder that you're human and you haven't fully embodied the Christ consciousness. Because once you do, you don't want to sin. It's not about, well, I can just go do what I want, and then Jesus died for my sins, so I don't have to do anything. No. That is why people are running amok. That's why people are Christians, and it's not just Christians. I used to be one. I've heard people say they're recovering Catholics. Well, I'm a recovering Christian. I'm not a Christian anymore. Not in the standard Christian belief. Yes, I believe in Jesus. I believe in God. I believe in all that stuff. But Jesus did not come back to die for my sins or yours. And this is the part that makes me crazier than just about anything. Because they have brainwashed us so horribly to make us think that all that limiting belief stuff. Once you remember this, once you see it and it's like, oh my God. But people that aren't ready to hear it, if you're sitting there listening to me and you think that I'm speaking blasphemy, and I don't know, if you're still following me, you're probably not there. If you are, here's your wake-up call. Take it or smack the snooze button and just keep on snoozing. Because We have been so lied to. Sin is nothing more than you're separate. Yes, you are separated from, no, well, no. Again, thank you. You are never separated from God, ever, because you are God. You cannot be separated from what you are. The only thing that it is you aren't living the true expression of who and what you are. You're allowing your ego to control you instead of you learning to control your ego. That's all it is. In the simplest forms, that's all it is. And when you are what they call sinning, that's all it is your, and why is this word like just completely eluding me? There's a word and it's just not coming to me. It is just simply you letting your ego control you. The human part of you controlling you. That's all it is. It is just that little reminder of, oh, hey, I'm still here. Oh, hey, remember, if you're doing this, you're not stepping into your Christ consciousness. You're not remembering who and what you are. Because once you do, because God is nothing but love. And that is where, for those of us that are ascending, well, we're all ascending, but for those of us that are stepping in 5 and 6 and 7 and whatever D, you can't carry the heavy crap with you because it's a higher frequency. It is like an anchor. It is a boat anchor weighing you down. So your soul is trying to ascend. Your soul is trying to help you get there. You holding on to that last addiction, that last judgment, that last sin, you call it whatever you want to call it, from a place of judgment, is what's holding you back. Again, God is not judging you. God is not sitting out there judging you, going, okay, well, you just screwed up again. There is no judgment. Human is the only thing that judges. Animals don't judge. There is nothing else on this planet that judges except for the human being. So let that crap go. Stop judging things, and especially yourself. Just when you do what you think is a sin, it's nothing more than you not loving yourself or someone else equally. That's it. Realize it, see it for what it is, just from and not from judgment, just from a place of, oh, I'm still doing this, therefore there's something I still need to heal. Why am I doing it? And then make the choice to either keep doing it, allowing your ego to control you, or control your ego and put it in check and fix it. Not because you're broken, but just remember who you are from a place of love. So, no, Jesus came here to show you how to live. Again, this drives me crazy. They say he was sinless because he understood that he was Christ consciousness. He was God in human form. So therefore, once you get to that point, you will be sinless too. Because when you leave this body, you will be sinless. It's just how it is. Because your soul isn't sinning. Anyway, so sin is number one. Number two are, let's just say, negative entities, demonic forces, demons, whatever you call it. Again, we've been told it's bad stuff. No. Again, it is your wake-up call. If you're dealing with this stuff, it's a part of you need to work on. A part of you need to heal. Because they are, it's energy. It's like you're a magnet. Wherever you're vibrating is what you're attracting to you, right? We know this. So what are you attracting? Have you attracted a low frequency, a low vibrational energy? If you are, it's because you are omitting a low frequency. Figure out where it's coming from. And again, this is not judgment. I've had them. I still get them from time to time. They still show up. Why is it there for you? And I say for you, and that was not an error. I meant that. They are there for you. Why is it there for you? What is it shining the light on? What behavior, what belief system, what trauma, what insecurity? Because again, we have been brought up in a society I'm not saying there are not evil forces. There are entities that have separated themselves from love. I'm not going to say God, I'm going to say love, which is God, but they are so out of touch with what love is. They are full of hate and greed and self-consumption. What is in it for them? That yes, they have tried to control, and that's how the human experiment came into play. They created us to be their slaves. Some of us have realized that and stepped out of that matrix, stepped out of the experiment and said, no, my soul chooses to not be your slave anymore. My soul chooses to love me, remember who I am, what I am, and have a nice life. So yes, there are there are energies, there are beings that are evil. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the demonic forces, the devil and his angels, whatever you call it. They're here for a reason. It goes back to the sandbox. Which sandbox are you playing in? If you have a trauma, if you have a limiting belief, if you feel, here you go, thank you. If you feel unworthy or like a screw up, or you just can't get this right because you keep sinning, guess what? They're coming in. Those angels, that frequency is coming in to help you see it. You have free will. You can choose to see it early and realize it and remember it and go, oh yeah, this is not what I choose. I don't choose to have this behavior anymore. Or you can continue in this behavior and let it suck you down further and further and further and get more addicted and addicted to whatever it is. Whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a substance like alcohol or drugs. It could be sex. It could be food. It could be sugar. It could be hate. I used to be there. What are you addicted to? What is fueling you? What keeps coming up for you? It keeps coming up for a reason. It's trying to get your attention. That's it. That's it. When you realize what it is and you send that low energy love and say thank you for reminding me, thank you for helping me get here, they go away. Or I can help it go away. That's what I do. That's my calling. But I can make them go away all day long. As long as you're holding on to that low frequency, whatever it is, another one's going to come back because you didn't fix it. You didn't eliminate the low frequency. You didn't raise your frequency. When you raise your frequency from a place of, I love me, oh my gosh, thank you. I see. Hold on. Okay. I'm sitting next to my fireplace and it's getting hot. I'm getting a little worked up. Can you tell? When you see what it is, and I don't even remember what I was saying, but when you see what it is that has attracted this energy to you, and you stop entertaining that energy and get out of the devil's sandbox, and you move into God's sandbox, those angels, it's the same thing. Every angel has a job. Literally, there are thousands of angels. They all have jobs. Which one are you employing? That's it. If you don't enjoy working with this angel, stop employing it. Stop entertaining it. Stop feeding it. Stop giving it a reason to hang out. And stop blaming everybody else. And again, I say that because I used to do the same thing. Realize, remember, it's you. It's nobody else. I do not care. And this is not to play light on your situation. I don't care what your situation is. You created it. When you realize that and you take ownership for it, and you remember that nobody else put you here but you, so nobody else can get you out of this situation but you. Make the choice to clear this final stuff. Stuff still comes up for me. And I'll tell you, the last at least week, it is like the past things. I mean, the other night when was it? I was bringing my granddaughter home, and like high school, I heard a song and it triggered high school. And just this wave of, I don't want to say shame. It was almost shame. It was sadness. It was not depression, but because I think back to who I was. I was not a nice person. I really wasn't. I think back to how I treated people and how I was treated in my life. But don't get stuck in it. It is here, it is showing up for you to work through it, for you to just let that energy flow through you. It is a final phase of clearing the old from you. Don't judge it. Embrace it. See where you've grown. See that you're not that person anymore, and have gratitude. Be thankful that you've grown and you've become who you are now. Because I can tell you, yes, the stuff that was playing in my head, I could have gotten swallowed up in it, and I could have let it depress the living crap out of me. But I saw it for what it was. It's just who I was. It's not who I am anymore. It's not who I am anymore. But let it be a reminder not to go back to that anymore. Because you may have something trigger you, you may have something come up, and you will revert to an old habit. Let that past be your reminder not to go there anymore. Change the way you look at a situation. Change the way you react to a situation. Whatever that is. Is it serving you anymore? If it is, keep it. If it's not, let it go. That's the other thing. Okay, there's 3. They talk about being born again. And again, my husband and I have a lot of these conversations. We had this conversation the other day, what born again really is. It is, because my granddaughter was here, and I told him, I said, she's 5. She doesn't have an ego. She's learning at this point. She's being formed and shaped into who she is. She's not questioning it. That was you at some point when you were younger. You learned your behaviors. You learned your belief systems. You learned your whatever it was to keep you safe. Being reborn, I don't want to say it's forgetting all that stuff, but it's relearning who you want to be now. That's it. And not go, oh, well, this is a new belief system, but wait, whatever your sin was, is it still serving you? Whatever your belief system is it still serving you? When something comes into your existence, when a new thought, a new idea, a new feeling comes in, is the old serving you? Let it go. Take on the new. Take on the love. That's being reborn. Because, and it's hard to explain. It makes perfect sense to me. But that's what reborn is. You are basically starting over. You are ignoring, forgetting everything that you've learned to this point because you see that it was a freaking lie. It was a limiting belief system. It was a security blanket that you needed then. You don't need it anymore. If you still need that security blanket, you need to change your situation. If you still need... Now, yes, you need to stay safe. But if growing up you learned that you needed to lie to stay alive, if you needed to hide, be something that you're not to stay alive, to not be beat up in school, to not be abused, to not whatever, are you still in that situation? If no, let it go. Become the new person. If you're still in that situation, you have the power to change it. So change it so you can become the new person. So that's 3 things. 3 things that we have been lied to about to make you live in fear and separation and unworthiness and less than, and you're never going to make it, or you're a total screw up. It's all negative crap. I love you. I swear, if I could just slap the living crap out of you and take all this garbage off of you, I would do it in a flat second, but it's not going to help you. No more than if you had smacked me 5 years ago, 6 years ago. It took me waking up and accepting who I was from a place of love. And realizing this isn't how I want to continue my life. This isn't who I want to be. I put myself in this situation. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to be a better me. I want you there. You have the power to make this happen. Nobody can take that away from you. Arm yourself with the power of God. Because you are God. You are as powerful as God is. Because you are God. When you remember that, nothing will stand in your way. Nothing. Have an amazing day. I hope this helps you. If you have questions, I'm not here for an argument. I'm not here to, I'll help you understand it. If it's not, if it, if you want to understand it and it's just not clicking, it's just not, you're not quite there yet, I'll help you try to understand it. You might get a different twist on it, but be open to what comes. Ask for clarity. Ask for guidance. And then don't fight it when it shows up. Maybe you've been asking for guidance and clarity. Here it is. Don't fight it. Does it resonate? If not, let it go. Have an amazing day. I send you so much love. I cannot even tell you. And it's 35:55 as I say that. Change, transformation, manifestation. What are you changing into? What are you manifesting? What are you transforming into? Have an amazing day. I love you.